Let's do this. All right, you guys, this is the before. This is the situation we're dealing with. So we moved into the house a month and a half ago, and I did not get to organize this. We've just thrown stuff in there. The kids have helped unload groceries, so obviously you can see that all of that has happened. But it's my reset day, meal plan day, prep for the next week day, so this needs to be tidy because for one, I don't want to keep wasting money on things when I have ingredients here. I want to see if I can build my meal plan around what's here. Two, I want to be able to open this and not be like, oh, I've got to do this. Because we all know that's how you feel when you open a cabinet, pantry, or a closet, or the door to your home, and you just walk in and you're like, oh my gosh, I have this to do. So today this is the project. We're gonna tackle this. And I'm hoping the coffee doesn't fade out about halfway through this project. We've now made it to the part of the project where everything is now out on the counters, and I'm a little nervous. So, also I just remembered I never took a before picture, so wish me luck with this thumbnail. But I'm gonna slowly, category by category, just start putting things back in there. I tried to do current me a favor when I was taking everything out, and as I would grab things is group things together. So anything I use for baking, kind of put that all in the same section. Canned goods, put them all in the same section, but then also separate them out by type, and then also putting like snacks together, putting cereals together, pastas together, that sort of thing. You get the idea. Just makes it a little bit easier. So now I'm just grabbing what I have and I'm not looking around the kitchen for it and thinking that I have everything consolidated, and then I find this whole group of stuff that also goes with, say, the canned goods, because I put it in another part, or like on another part of the counter. I didn't see it because stuff was on top of it, and then I'm like, well, darn it, this doesn't fit in the same spot anymore. Before I start putting things back in here though, I am going to organize a few things. Like, this is containers for food. So I've not really found a place that I love for these in my cabinets yet. like in the actual kitchen. So I've been storing them in the pantry. The camera is slowly falling over. So I'm gonna put all these down here on the shelf and then we'll organize those in a second. And then I've got emergency, well, I've got my avocado oil up here, which is not an emergency product, but I will put it over here and we'll put all the baking. That's another baking piece. I didn't see that up there. But we've got our like safety stuff. So as a housewarming gift, some of our family got us these fire blankets. So if you have a fire, basically you just throw it over it and it puts the fire out. So we have a couple of those. And then they also got us an anti-choking device. So in the event anything happens, we have something. But I'm gonna put these together on the shelf as like our little emergency section. Got this bottles of water, which I'm gonna take out of the container. I'll probably put drinks on the bottom. So let's just get into organizing this. One thing I am going to do with our drinks is to put some of them in the container, especially like Dave's Waterloo, stuff like that, that we have to grab out. That way it makes it a bit easier for stocking. When it's time to put them in the fridge, I can grab the container, hold it up there, stock the fridge, and then put the basket right back. But I like having them in this open container versus in the box, because like we'll throw multiple flavors and things in there and it's hard to know how many you have left. So if I'm quickly glancing in the pantry for a restock, then it's helpful to see, okay, this is what we have of it. And that way I can just quickly, without having to dig through everything, I can kind of move through being able to see what we've got. So unfortunately, I think this giant thing of Dr. Pepper is going to have to go in the bottom because neither one of us drink Dr. Pepper, but when we host family, we have a lot of family that drinks Dr. Pepper. And when it's time, a day or so before we're gonna host family, I'll pull that out, I'll put some in the fridge, and we're good to go. But I don't want the whole thing just taking up space because it's not something that gets used very often, for us anyway. Sprites, on the other hand, I love myself a good Sprite. It is the one and only soda I will drink and have drank since I was pregnant with Lucy. After, like, she ruined me on soda and I've never been able to go back. With the backstock cereal that I have, I'm sliding it behind the cereal containers and I'm also arranging them in order of expiration date. That way I know, okay, I need to use this before I use the next one and we can kind of go through those without hopefully wasting food because that stuff's expensive right now. Project and you're like, oh my goodness, there's so much stuff sitting everywhere. Find the category. that has the most items in it, or that's the bulkiest items, and attack that next, because it will give you that visual win that you're probably needing. It's gonna get the most out of the way, and it's gonna make the most progress, and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I'm doing it. Even though you still have other things, you're still organizing, you're still going through it, but you've at least made a little bit of progress. So seriously, grab that next big section and go for it. Okay, mid-project update. I'm liking everything so far, but I'm also like, how do I want to organize this? But I'm also like, is this right? Am I doing this right? Should I be organizing this a different way? And honestly, I know I am overthinking this way too much. It's a pantry, you guys. It should not be rocket science how you organize it. And honestly, after living with it for a few weeks, I may hate it. And we may be back in here organizing this thing again. But right now, organized and done, and at least learning what works and what doesn't, and finding and fine-tuning that system is gonna be a lot better. So if you're like me and you're feeling a little like, what am I doing? How am I gonna organize this? How am I gonna make this space right and really functional for my family? I'm right there with you. Don't worry, we're in this together. But one thing to know is that you are working on finding that system. And it may take a couple of rounds of organization for you to find the system that fits perfectly for your family. Because you can watch videos, like I went down a rabbit hole before I started organizing this, and I watched all these YouTube shorts about pantry organization, and I'm like, I'm just getting, the more I'm watching all these different options, the more I'm getting overwhelmed. And as well-meaning as even my video is, it may not work for your family. So finding the best one, and that is what I'm all about, is nobody has the market cornered and nobody has the perfect thing. Everybody wants to act like, well, this is the one and only way to do X, Y, Z. Since when? It's not. But I'm gonna get these snacks all organized and put in here, and we'll see how this goes. I wanna have kind of a somewhat grab and go section that we can use for restocking my bag when we're running out the door, or to have for the girls to be able to grab a snack, because Lord knows they're asking for a snack all the time. And I don't want it to be fully self-service, but it's also like it kind of needs to be a little self-service, so that I'm not constantly having to get up and get them a snack, because I do work from home. So they're 3 and 5, so they've got a little independence that they can do. we've come to the end of the organization, which feels pretty good. It took me about 2 hours because I have tiny interruptions, as you can hear. So mom mode was definitely on. So got it done though. Feels good. And now I can actually find everything. But wanted to give you a quick tour, and then I'll give you a little run through of meal planning. And I also wanted to share our new favorite spaghetti sauce, because I know that sounds so silly, but trust me, once you try it, you're gonna want it on your rotation too. So I'll just work from left to right. So on the top shelf, I have our paper towels in here now. I may end up moving those to our linen closet, where I also keep our toilet paper, things like that. Have our medicines up here, extra food specific organizers I'm putting in here. I have other organizers that I'm storing in our linen closet, but these are basically food specific, I feel like. So I've got the extras up there. I've got my mommy stash of snacks up here, ice cream cones. I did that one because it was kind of a random one. Have some extra plastic cutlery there, and then our emergency stuff here. Next shelf, we've kind of got a breakfast section going here. So we got oatmeal, it's got blueberry and strawberry. Got our cereals here, our quick oats, and then decent overnight oats that he likes to do. On this shelf in the back, I have some cookie cutters and things for baking, because this is kind of my cooking, baking shelf. So I've got brown rice here. I've got some boxes of pasta that I need to use up. So I've kind of got those here, so that way I can use those, and that'll clear that space out. And then I'll get back to just having the thing of spaghetti noodles and then having a thing of regular noodles. I have this container that has a lot of different like baking things. So brownies, cakes, cookies, whatnot are in that, muffins. And then in my little baking lazy Susan here, spinning this around, I've got some avocado oil, I've got spray, I've got different other oils, whatnot in here. But basically kind of self-explanatory. Baking, cooking little section. Here I have some of my containers. Some of them I need to restock, but we've got some white sugar, cocoa, chocolate chips, pancake mix. So kind of a baking area continues here. And then I have another lazy Susan here. It is sauces, salsas, syrups, and peanut butter. So we kind of lost the S trend there when the peanut butter went in the container, but it just fits great there. But I can see these and I can try to use up, I can make recipes that include these to use what we have. And also it helps me see, and I'm not buying more teriyaki sauce because, well, I already have to. Got some little pasta things back here. I've got our spaghetti sauce, some Alfredo, some pesto sauce. In the back I've got tomato juice, and then our beef and chicken bone broths there. I've got this little organizer that I'm using I can have for seasonings. This was the only new organizer I bought for this project. I bought a pack of these, and they have these little dividers so you can kind of adjust those. So if you were watching, you probably saw me do a bit of that with the video, but that way I can organize any seasonings that I might get. I've got this little basket for bread. So I've just tossed all of our breads and tortillas in that. Got crackers, chips, all in this area. Coming down, I've got the kids' little snack station here. Really easy grab and go stuff that I can grab, throw in the bag, and we can head out the door if we're going to the park, running an errand, anything like that. In this back section, I've got some ramen, you know, super fancy, and then some soups and SpaghettiOs. So this is like a little grab and quick make lunch. Not the healthiest options, obviously, but we've got something. And then macaroni here. On the left, I've got all of our canned goods that we currently have. I try not to stock just a ton of stuff because I don't want a ton of stuff in here, so I try to buy as we need. But some of the stuff, it just all got mixed in, and so it was a hot mess. But now that I can see it, I can actually make from these. Got our containers for storing food in down here. This little basket that I can grab out for little easy hosting. Don't want to have a lot to clean up and dirty dishes, that sort of stuff. And then some solo cups and some little organizers, or not organizers, I'm sorry, food containers in the back that I can have for having family take leftovers and things like that. Got my air fryer in here. I don't know that I'll keep it in here, but it's here for now. Got this basket with onions, garlic, and potatoes in that. And then as you saw in the early parts of the video, we do have the sodas and waters in here. And then down on the floor, I unfortunately did have to have some stuff on the floor. I'm just worried it's gonna be so heavy that it's gonna break these shelves, you guys. I just don't trust them very well, being the wire and just a few screws. Like, they may hold, but I just don't want too much heavy stuff on it. So we've got the box of Dr. Peppers. These are lightweight, but just threw them down here until I can get some sort of container. Maybe I can get one that will mount on the wall and I can throw bags in that. So they're off the floor, but that is for another day. Got some distilled water here. And then another heavy thing is vinegar. And then this is my like backstock basket of things. So right now it's pretty heavy, and so I don't trust it, again, on these wire shelves. So it's on the floor, and then obviously the dog food, which is also quite heavy. So that's the situation there. Now I've got to make lunch, to be perfectly honest, because these kids are getting hungry. It is 12:17, so we got to have some lunch. And then I'm gonna get to meal prepping, placing a Walmart order, and getting dinner started, because it'll be that time for you. All right, I could do this on my little internet, but right now I'm just feeling like it needs a big internet. So we're gonna place this grocery order on the computer. I think I'm gonna place this out as a 3 hour or less. It's not the Walmart Plus Express delivery, that's like 45 to 60 minutes. But if I do the 3 hour or less, usually I have it in about an hour or so. It's not usually a full hour or full 3 hours unless it's busy, and it's $5 more. For right now, I need stuff like even ingredients for dinner. When I was organizing, I realized I didn't have certain things that I'm going to need. So I want to go ahead and just get this on the way as soon as possible, because it's 1:12 and I really ideally need to start cooking dinner by about 4, a little after, because we're having family over for Italian night. We're doing a lot of hosting, just a lot going on, and so we're helping cover dinners to just kind of make it a little bit easier on everybody for the time being. As to not bore you, I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna go over the meal plan that I came up with based on the ingredients that I already have in the pantry, and then we'll reconvene, because I know some of you have been asking, like, can you please share your meal plan? Nothing fancy. Obviously this week we're just eating and trying to plan based on what we have, but let's do a meal plan so we can talk about it. Okay, meal plan is done. So I'm just gonna pop it up on the screen so that you can see it as I'm talking through it. But this is kind of our week. Usually on either Thursday or Friday, I kind of reset and restock our groceries. It also is based off of our payday. So usually, at least for Dean, my paycheck's being unemployed, self-employed. I'm not unemployed, self-employed. Words. Apparently words are hard right now. Okay, being self-employed, my paychecks are a little scattered as to when they come in, but he gets paid weekly. So I figured this would help for those of you that have traditional 9-to-5s, kind of knowing how we base that. So we kind of, the budget gets replenished every Thursday, and so that's when I usually do our groceries, like planning and stuff like that, either Thursday or Friday, like I said. So we'll make it through until next payday. This is the plan. So today my mom brought us Chick-fil-A, so yay for that. I just went ahead, I did it starting today through whatever. For lunch, the girls had Uncrustables. I had SpaghettiOs. I know, I ate like a 5-year-old. I ate with 5-year-old. So it's okay, it is what it is. For tonight's dinner, we're gonna do a kind of spaghetti Italian feast situation. Saturday, May the 3rd, breakfast, we're gonna do cinnamon rolls. We'll probably do like some scrambled eggs, some bacon, something like that to go with it. But like the thing, like I'm just gonna make cinnamon rolls and then we'll just throw some stuff in with it. Lunch, we're gonna have Domino's pizza for lunch because it's just easy. And we've got stuff going on tomorrow afternoon, so that just really works well with that schedule. I'm gonna do a crock pot meal tomorrow night. It is dipping thanks to this rain that we're getting right now. I hope you can't hear it it's like messing with the audio or anything. But it is dropping to like the mid 60s, and I'm like, okay, I feel like I can pull out some chili. I've got beans that I need to use up, so I'm just gonna go ahead and place an order and do like, I needed like 1 can of beans to add to it. And then we've got the ingredients for chili. So we're just gonna do that. Sunday, May the 4th be with you. We are gonna have waffles. That is our classic Sunday, is every Sunday morning we have Mickey waffles. That's just like our family tradition, which I love. We do eggs, we do bacon. We don't have to think about it. we're just on autopilot. Usually the same thing with Saturdays and cinnamon rolls. It's just kind of our thing. It just makes it easy. It takes the thought process out of it. If we have something fancy we want to do, or sometimes we'll make the occasional breakfast pizza or whatever. We are Southern. We love our biscuits and gravy, but you know, quick and easy and move along with the day. So those are usually our go-tos. Lunch on Sunday, I don't know. We have family and friends in town, so I don't know what that's going to look like. So I'm kind of leaving that open. Like we could go pick something up if we wanted to, or if we end up going out to eat. I don't know. We'll see what happens on Sunday afternoon. Dinner, I'm going to do chicken noodle soup. So I have noodles. I just need to get some chicken, and I have some broth that I can use. So already kind of using up those things. Same with the chili. I have the hamburger meat. I have most beans. I need like a can of chili beans to like throw in there with it. And we've got that covered. On Monday, May the 5th, Revenge of the 5th. I'm not a Star Wars person, but I just know what that is. Because my husband is kind of somewhat into Star Wars. Somewhat. Breakfast, we're gonna do oatmeal. I'm making it easy on myself with the kids. We're not doing anything fancy. We're not reinventing the wheel here. Lunch is going to be turkey sandwiches. And then for dinner, I'm gonna do a beef stroganoff because I have some like strip steak in the freezer that I need to eat up before it like completely freezer burns. So I'm just gonna throw that in. For that recipe, I have some seasoning that I'm grabbing. I'm like getting 2 packs, and then I'll just throw in a can of cream of mushroom, a can of cream of celery, and that's just all gonna go in the crock pot and just sit and simmer and cook all day and have me very hungry by the time dinner gets here. That's the way my Nana used to make it, and so I just end up using her recipe. I've tried a bunch of different ones, but that one's just, it's not the fanciest thing, but it's one of those, like, it has a comfort taste to it. And so that's, yeah, we're gonna go with that. I have the noodles already, and I also have green beans already. So basically all I'm needing to buy for that meal is the soup to put in there and the seasoning packets. So I'm spending, less than $5 on that meal because we already have it. Breakfast, we're gonna do cereal. Again, not reinventing the wheel. Lunch is gonna be chicken nuggets. I have some of those in the freezer already, and chips. We're just gonna do chicken nuggets and chips. You know, fed is best. For dinner, I'm going to do some birria. I'm sure I'm still not pronouncing that right, but it is what it is. Tacos. I found some seasoning packets. So before, I had gotten a roast from Aldi and it was already seasoned. We loved that, but I really don't have time to go to Aldi right now to get some. So I'm gonna get a roast, and then I found some seasoning packets from Walmart that I'm gonna try that are birria. Probably, again, I'm not great at saying all these words, but you know what? I'm cooking it. So it is in the meal plan. But hopefully the seasoning packets are as good as the ones that we got, or like the seasoned meat that we got from Aldi, because that was good. I can't get birria bombs in time to make it by Tuesday because they wouldn't show up in time. And I just really want to make those again. So we're going to do that. Excuse me. And then Wednesday, May the 7th, we're doing breakfast, which is waffles and bacon, waffle Wednesday. I'm just going to be fun mom. For lunch, we're going to hit the easy button with a frozen pizza. Again, I already have that in the freezer, so we're going to do that. And then dinner. Wednesday dinner for us is always either leftovers and we like clean out the fridge from the previous dinners, or it's breakfast for dinner. So we have like a midweek family breakfast, whatever we have ingredients, whichever we have ingredients for or have the most ingredients for that we can like feed all of us kind of thing. So that's usually our Wednesday night, is like, it's a solid, this is the same thing. And that way it kind of takes the like stress out of it. And also it's like you're coming down to the last couple days before you get like paid again. So it's like one of those, okay, I don't want to be spending any more money on groceries. We need to clean out the pantry anyway. So this is kind of our Wednesday night go-to, is to eat up what we have already. So that is the meal plan. I am going to place said order. I don't have a ton of food that I need to get from this. It's not like a big order, but I'm gonna get this grocery order placed. I can do a haul of what I did end up getting once it arrives. And then, yeah, that's the meal plan. Oh, but we're gonna talk about that spaghetti sauce. I know I keep going on about it, but I'm literally like, I'm so excited. When Dean and I were going to bed last night, I was like, I'm so excited for dinner tomorrow night. It's the silliest thing, you guys, but I'm really into this sauce. All right, groceries are here. Let's do a quick little haul. So I did get some sliced Italian bread to go with the spaghetti tonight. I'll butter Parmesan cheese it and it will be delicious with a little garlic. Got some bread for sandwiches this week. Some body armors in the fruit punch flavor. I love those. Spicy marinara. This is part of how we're gonna make the sauce that I keep talking about, that I'm dreaming about. Got some mixed chili beans, the cream of celery, cream of mushroom for the beef stroganoff recipe. Got the taco seasoning mix, the beef stroganoff seasoning, and then got this sliced deli turkey. The girls love this one specifically. And then some bananas, which hopefully they will ripen soon. Got some organic chicken for the chicken noodle soup, some of the carving board turkey breast for myself. I prefer this one, so we all have our thing. Got some acai berry. I really need to order some because it's cheaper when you order it, because they gave me a code, but I need some stat, and so I'll have to order some separately. Got some Frosty Flakes, bunch of strawberries because we have been going through strawberries lately. Now that I've got these, probably a box and a half of this will rot. Got the baby peeled carrots because they do love to snack on those. Got a roast to make the tacos with. Got some Parmesan cheese, some whole milk, and then more Sprites because I gotta have my Sprites. This is for those of you that have been asking for recipes. So I'm trying to include things that we really love more in videos as far as recipes go, because I get it, it's hard coming up with stuff. And I know, at least for my family, spaghetti is a really easy go-to meal, and it's on our weekly rotation, literally weekly, because it's just, for one, it's easy to make, and two, my kids really like it. So, you know, fed is best. So, got the spicy sauce. I'm gonna put the whole jar of this into the pan. And seriously, it's the easiest thing to throw together. Gonna throw in a jar of Alfredo sauce. I like to get one that has a garlic variety to it. So we're gonna throw in, again, the whole jar. And then last but certainly not least, the pesto sauce. This is what makes this so good. You got the spicy marinara, you got the garlic Alfredo, in this awesome pesto. So I'm gonna put in about 6 tablespoons of this. We got this sauce at a restaurant, an Italian restaurant, and they called it their crack sauce because it was like a hit at the restaurant. Everybody's like addicted to it, hence the name and why they called it what they called it. But this is what we've called, we figured out how to make it at home, and then we upped it and started using spicy marinara. So I'll have a meat sauce that's a meaty marinara meat sauce. And then I'll also do this one as well because the kids won't eat the spicy. But this seriously is so stinking good. If you try it, let me know. I don't know, there may be a recipe for this out there, but we just figured it out from testing things on our own. And it's my new favorite spaghetti sauce ever. But that is going to do it for today's pantry organization, menu, meal plan, all the things. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget, click that thumbs up button, red subscribe button if you are new, and end of the video club. You gotta drop me some food emojis. That way I know you are part of the secret into the video club, as well as what is your favorite easy meal. You gotta drop it down in the comment. Surely I'm not the only one trying to find meals every single week. I try to keep it consistent, but it's also, you get tired of having the same things over and over and over again. So throw me some ideas down there in the comment section. But love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye. Mom.